In today's video, you're going to get to see a beautiful 1963 Austin Healey kit car. Hello everybody, welcome to Classic Car ChitChat. My name is Kevin. If this is the first time you're coming to my channel, then welcome. I really appreciate you being here today. If you've been to my channel before, then as always, welcome back. Thank you so much for the comments that you leave for me, for your thumbs up, for you subscribing to my channel, and also remembering to hit that notification bell so you know when the next video is being released. Today you're going to meet a gentleman. His name is Larry and he has an absolutely gorgeous 1963 Austin Healey kit car. It is the Sebring model that he's built over the last 5 years. It has a Mustang chassis on it with a 5-liter Mustang engine, so it goes like the wind, and a lovely fiberglass body. So without further ado, let's hop in, let's go for a drive, and let's check out this beautiful 1963 Austin Healey kit car.
Oh, Larry, this is gorgeous. Rev the engine for me. Beautiful. And what does a horn sound like?
Don't know.
Oh, it doesn't work.
It did.
All right. Not to worry. Okay, just make a honking sound and we'll go with that.
Honk!
There you go, close enough. All right, come on out.
Yeah, I was going to say I have a great horn, but I guess I don't.
Well, you replicated the sound beautifully, Larry.
Well, I
Tell
thought
me,
I did,
what,
yes.
what do you have here?
Oh, this is it's a kit car, and it's supposed to represent an Austin Healey Sebring, 1963. It's made by a company called Classic Cars, and it's a Mustang 2 chassis from back in the 90s.
Wow.
It has a 5-liter Mustang engine in it. And I've had it for probably about 5 years, I guess. And it's a work in progress.
Right.
I'm always improving or fixing something
tinkering,
on
as
it.
they say,
and yeah, that sort
Wow.
of thing.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So as a kit car then, it comes with all the parts?
No. The kit car comes with a fiberglass body and all kinds of options. You can order, a wood dash and, the seats and all that sort of stuff. The chassis you get by yourself, and they don't provide that. The engine, the powertrain, and everything, you provide.
So in a kit car like this, then, Larry, do they kind of give you a recommendation as to this is the kind of chassis you want for this vehicle?
They tell you, you need
okay.
it's built for a Mustang 2 chassis, and that was when the Mustangs got real tiny, and the
the littler,
the
smaller
little
versions.
ones,
Yes.
yeah.
And so the company does the assembly for you. They kind of build it from the frame
No,
up?
you build your own car. They provide you with all the parts and stuff,
Okay.
and you build it and paint it. And
So the company that you mentioned then, the Classic...
yeah,
So what was
it's actually called Classic Roadsters.
So they provide the kit?
Yeah.
Or they actually build it?
No, they provide the kit. They
Oh,
don't
I'm
build
with
it.
you. Okay.
I bought it from a fella who had bought the kit,
Right.
bought the chassis and everything.
Yeah.
Apparently he was into it for about 50 grand
Oh.
years and years ago.
Right.
And I bought it from actually the second guy who bought it. But I've got all the building books and all of that with it,
Amazing.
and all the notes that he made, and that sort of thing.
So how much of it was kind of built before you got her?
Oh, when I got her, I'm a hobby, or I was a hobby pilot, And
you.
I liked, you know, instrument panels, and I
Right.
bought the car largely because, first of all, it was a Healey that didn't leak oil. And I thought, what an
Well, like
innovation.
most British cars do, you mean?
Yes, what an innovation. And a Healey that starts even when it's raining.
Yes, all right. Fine, rub it in,
know?
won't you?
And a Healey that doesn't go over a puddle and stop 100 yards down
Yes,
the road.
okay. I get it. Yes,
You
yes,
know,
yes.
I've been through that.
Right.
But I loved the cars and the whole idea of them and the look of them. So this thing really appealed to me because it's actually got a Ford motor,
Yes,
and,
and it's
and
built
it
to be
actually
driven.
starts
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and goes and everything. But it had lots of gauges in it, and I put more in it.
Right on.
Because
There's never enough gauges. Oh,
no,
because of the pilot
it's like,
coming out of
it's
you
like
too.
cats. One can never have enough cats. You can never have enough gauges.
Oh, I love it.
So I'd like to put maybe a turn and bank indicator, an alternator, cylinder head temperature, manifold pressure.
Yes. And do you do
But
all this?
not really, but
Yeah,
you know.
I know. But do you do all this in your garage, like at home?
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
you.
And I've done a lot of work on it. I've had to, the engine wasn't overheating, but the engine compartment was getting too hot.
Okay.
And it was frying all the electrics.
Really?
I've had to replace all the electronic ignition system and all that kind of stuff in it. And what I did to cure it,
Yes.
and it was very hard for me to do, put masking tape on here, drilled holes in the fender, opened it up with files and everything, and I built, this is just sheet aluminum.
Right.
And I cut out the sheet aluminum in that shape, buffed it all, and I cut out 2 vanes for it. And I couldn't do the welding. I can't do aluminum welding. I took it to a guy who
not many can.
just
It's
welded
an art
it.
as well.
It is an art, yeah. But that seemed to cure the overheating problem, you know.
So it's just that flow through of natural air flowing
yeah,
through.
yeah. It was just getting so hot inside, and
But you know what, Larry? That really pops, though. It looks great.
yeah,
The way it's I mean, it's
not bad,
from
yeah.
you did it for a practical reason, but even for pure design, it looks beautiful.
I don't like a lot of stuff in my cars.
Right.
Um,
Keep it like as much original stock as you can. In a
yeah,
way, right?
sort of. Yeah, yeah.
And again, the wheels in that, these are these
Yeah,
actual
they're McLean
wire
wheels. Yeah, they're actual wire wheels. They're
Right.
bolt-ons.
Okay.
So you pop this cap on, and it's a 4-bolt pattern. The
Right.
Mustangs, the midget Mustangs, you know, the small Mustangs had 4-bolt.
So how many inches is this wheel then?
This is 14 inches.
14 inches.
Yeah,
What's the bolt pattern on this thing?
it's 4 bolts
4 by
like that.
114.3 or 4.5 inches?
I don't know what.
Because if it is,
yeah.
it would fit on my MG.
I'm sure it isn't.
Okay, it's different.
I'm sure it isn't.
All right,
Yeah,
you're just
it's gotta
telling me
be
so I won't
different.
steal the.
Yeah,
all right.
trust me, it's different.
It's a 5-bolt suddenly. Oh wow,
Yeah.
beautiful. Can we take a look at the engine?
It's not for show, the engine,
Okay.
but yes, you can take a look for it.
Just so we can see what.
Like
it
I
kinda-
said, I haven't done anything under the hood yet,
Right.
except try to keep it running.
Okay.
And but you know, I have a lot to do.
Wow. So here's the interesting thing. That's a beautiful engine, and definitely a Ford engine.
Yes.
But I guess the way even there's so much limited space to even access everything.
Yes. Yeah.
So you really
And
oh,
see,
the
what was
battery's down
happening
there,
here
too.
is
Yeah.
that there's very little space. The exhaust manifolds were getting so hot
Right.
that it was cooking everything. You know, so the vents just opened everything up. You know.
So this radiator by itself is enough to keep the engine and everything else cool.
Yeah.
But it's just the
Yeah.
surrounding elements are getting essentially fried.
Yeah. Yeah, but all the electrics have been replaced in it. The rad's been replaced. That's a new rad in it. The air cleaner, I've got an air cleaner that wasn't so heat retaining
Right.
because, you know, I was getting vapor locks and that kind of thing. I put a heat shield in between the manifold and the carburetor to help a little bit, and that didn't do anything. Everything I tried, I left, but obviously the answer was venting the engine compartment.
Right on. So this would have been their small block V8, basically.
Yes,
that
yes,
was
yeah,
installed.
5-liter Ford.
And the
yeah.
gearbox and everything else, all Ford, all from the Mustang?
Yeah, the gearbox in that is Ford. The steering is GM. The ignition's GM.
So-
A lot of the electrics are Autolite and mostly aftermarket.
Yeah.
And,
That is great, though. I mean, it's really a labor of love. And you keep sort of doing things, making it run better and keep at it. How long have you had it now?
gosh, I don't. It's got to be about 5 years, I guess.
Okay.
I've lost track of time since my wife passed away.
Okay, I'm sorry to
you
hear.
know, a year and a bit ago, and
Okay.
yeah, I don't know what it is that if I'm just at that age or something, but
Hey,
I've lost track of
I'm a
time
little younger than
totally,
you, Larry, and I
you know?
forget stuff all the time
Yeah,
too. I
yeah,
think it is partly that, but
yeah,
oh wow. What
yeah.
a lovely, lovely car. How much space is in there in the trunk then? You laugh
Well,
already,
that's
so
another
okay.
thing I did. When I bought it, the owner had a flat fixing pressure thing, you know?
Okay.
And that's what he used to, you know, because there's not much room in the trunk. And I thought, that I'm not putting up with that crap. And I put a spare tire in it.
Right.
But the spare tire, you know, entirely used up my trunk. So,
Oh, you're not kidding.
yeah.
Right.
Now I've got a lot of car cleaning stuff in here, and I'm always waxing
Still,
it and
yes.
stuff. But
Very nice.
yeah, and I've got a you know, a jack in here and a sort of hard cardboard thing to keep the jack from clanking against the tire, and it's a full-size spare. So
But realistically too then, Larry, like the original Austin Healey's would have not really had a lot of space in the back, particularly with a spare tire in
yeah,
there.
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I love your exhaust and everything else. And
Oh, I had
again,
that done at a place
Oh.
on just off of Kipling Avenue in Toronto.
Oh, yes.
And the guy does really good work, and you know, it was something that I wanted the two pipes coming out.
yes.
Um, I had done over a Triumph Spitfire for
Okay.
my wife years and years ago.
Right.
And I got it in a bank repo. We didn't have any money,
sure.
you know.
Yeah.
Bought it for $250.
Oh, wow, beautiful.
Because that
Yes.
was what Ensign Motors had spent on it, telling the guy,
Okay.
you know, he had a rod that was gone, and you know, it was going to cost you so much to do it, and he just walked away from it.
Right.
So they had an outstanding bill. I came in and paid the bill,
And
and
the
they
car's
gave me
yours.
his car.
Oh,
and it,
pay the bill and the car's
yeah,
yours.
I put a
yes.
new connecting rod in and pistons,
For
and
sure.
I just
Yeah.
did the
Now,
car.
would the original Austins would have had two pipes on
no,
either side? It
no,
would have been
no,
one
just
singular?
had one pipe. Yeah,
Yeah, but I like this look though.
yeah.
Very, very cool. And again, the gas cap is right there, just
Yeah.
where the original Austins would have
Yeah,
had it
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Now, the way the wheels protrude out, okay?
It's terrible to drive in the rain
I bet
because
it
the water
is.
comes right up.
Yeah, splashes you
You
more than
know?
anything else.
Yeah,
So-
but it's you know, it's not a car that, you know, I've driven it in the rain before. You know, you got to have, you know, and the top's up and the windows up. I mean, but you can still tell the water's coming all over the place. But
Yeah, so you do realize then, Larry, if you're,
it
if you're
looks
tired of
awfully
the
tough.
water coming up to you, then
Yeah.
again on my MG, they might look just about right. So
Yeah, yeah.
just telling you. Oh, wow. I love this car. Absolutely beautiful. Again, the antenna, original Austin would have had
oh,
it right there.
that's something that I don't know. I
Okay.
have no idea if that. No, because this is a power unit, so.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah,
oh, I like
and
that,
it
yes.
it's. I'm trying to get at it to fix it, and it's all blocked
It's
off. So I
inside
don't know
somewhere,
what I'm
yes.
going to do. Yeah.
I love all the little things, just even with the little design elements of this.
Yeah.
The way the brake lights and everything are.
Yeah.
Again, the bumper would have been similar
No,
to the
that
original? No?
the Healey bumpers are quite different than
Okay.
these. They're sort of they sort of got a rib along here
Right.
and a rib in the bottom. You know, they're quite a bit different. They look
Okay.
much more substantial. These are pretty puny compared to Healey bumpers, but
Okay.
for this car it works. And,
Yes, for sure.
you know, and that's despite the Healey thing on it that was there when I bought it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not trying to be an Austin Healey. It's wider than a Healey. First of all, the body without the faired fenders is wider,
Right.
and the stance is much wider. So this thing corners like it's just to take it in a corner. You
Yeah.
know, it's really great. A lot of fun. Yeah.
Awesome. Beautiful. And the height of the car, the original Healeys would not have been this high then, I'm assuming?
I think they would. It seems to me they might have been a little lower than that.
Okay.
I'm not sure, but you know.
You know what else really gets to you is the glass. how straight it all is.
Well, that was the earlier Healeys did have a straight windshield, but
Okay.
later on it was curved, you know. For the time period of this, it would have been a curved windshield on a Healey.
I actually like the fact that it's straight. It kind of pops, right?
Yeah,
it makes it
kind
work.
of cool, you know.
And again, you have 2 wipers. I know on my MG it has 3 because it's so narrow.
Yeah, yeah. Look at the things. I mean, really.
What are they gonna do? Yes. They're mostly for decoration, I think, but anything else. Oh, it's lovely. And I noticed you've got this little roll bar right there.
Yeah.
Again, that came with the kit car as well?
Yeah, that came with the car. I don't think it was a kit item.
Oh, I see.
But that came with the car. The guy who originally built it put the roll bar in.
Oh, it's magnificent.
So.
And the roof works and everything else?
But I've got to fix it. It's getting old and stiff and everything, and I can only put it up.
Kind of like me, old and stiff. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know.
So I get it. But wow. Can we go for a quick drive, Larry?
Sure we can.
Let's
Yeah.
do that. Like you really feel it, even compared to the old
Believe it or
MG?
not, they referred to this model of car as the Big Healey.
The big Healey?
Yeah, this is the Big Healey as compared to the Bug-Eye Sprite, which was the Little Healey.
It's a different sitting position too.
Yeah.
Like I would have expected it to be very similar to my MG in some ways, but it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, and the gauges do work nicely.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
it's
they
got a
all work,
lovely
yeah.
sound, Larry.
Oh, I like the sound. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes.
changed the mufflers on it after I bought it, and
So we'll head out.
I put the original mufflers back on, which were too loud because they were put on and no one put tailpipes on it.
Ah,
So they were under here,
Yes.
and they were,
I will turn
you know,
back.
they were really, really loud and annoying. But
Right.
when I put the pipes on them, just nice sound.
Oh, it's magnificent, Larry. What a great sound.
Yeah.
And we'll turn right here. So this is a 5-speed?
No, 4.
4-speed, okay. It'll give him a taste for his money, won't you? You'd certainly beat my MG if we ever do a drag race in this thing.
Yeah.
So no air conditioning, none of that stuff.
No,
right, Larry?
none
Just
of that
your
stuff,
basics.
no. This is the air conditioning.
This is it, natural.
Yeah.
You pay extra for that little feature.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but the visibility on this is great because you can actually see the entire front.
Yeah.
And the suspension and that from the Mustang?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are all these knobs here, Larry? Do they do anything or they're decorative?
Yeah, no,
They
lights,
do something?
interior light, what's that one?
You didn't know it was
choke,
going to
I
be a
think.
test, did you?
Yeah, yeah.
They do something, yes.
Yeah.
I love the clock too.
Yeah, I put that in.
That looks very aircraft-like.
Yes, yeah.
Is that
yeah.
from your concept
Yeah,
of
from my
being a
flying days. Yeah.
Good for you.
My flying days, the airplane that I had the most time on is in the museum in Ottawa.
Really?
That tells you how long ago it was.
Which one was that then?
Fleet Canuck, a tail dragger.
Okay.
And yeah, it's CFEBE.
Right
You
on.
see people all wave and they nod their heads.
Absolutely.
It's
See,
great.
that's respect for you.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Wow. So you started your career as a pilot then, Larry?
I started out, I know that guy.
Oh, do you really? In the
Yes,
T-Bird?
I think that's Dave, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. No, I was going to fly for a living, and the problem was when I was flying and I was trying to accumulate hours, all the bases in Germany were getting shut down and that kind of thing, and all these pilots were coming back.
Oh.
Canadian pilots were
Yes.
coming back with thousands of hours,
Yes.
and you just couldn't get a job.
Yeah.
And the line. I met her and when we were 18 years old.
Oh, sorry, we'll turn right in this Ontario.
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead.
And we've been together ever since.
Wow. So how many years were you together before she passed?
We celebrated our 55th.
Wow.
And oh boy, how long were we together? We got married. We went together for about 3 years, I guess, or something. I think we got married in '63, I think.
Wow. Okay. And she was a car person too. Like you built the Spitfire for her then.
Yeah, it was a surprise actually. My son and I came back from Bermuda early.
Right.
To put everything on it, the bumpers and all that kind of stuff, you
Yeah.
know. And so she came back, and this was in September, and the day of her birthday, you know, I said, geez, your birthday present's in the garage, and she went out and opened it up. And,
What was the
but
very
it was
first
a
car
fun
you ever
car.
had though, Larry? Do you remember?
Oh, it was an MG Midget.
The very first one?
Yeah, very
Oh my
first
God,
car
a
was
guy
an
after
MG
my own
Midget.
heart. Good for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, and I loved that car. But you
Oh.
know what? I'm not kidding. You know, it would forecast rain,
Yes.
and that damn car would not start. You know, even if it wasn't raining.
Right on.
You know,
Yes.
it wasn't starting.
I
They
know.
said it was going to rain. I'm not
It
starting.
knows, yes.
You know, and
You pay extra for that little feature, you know.
no,
in
I
MGs.
know,
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
It's made in England. It rains every
It's
day.
true, it's true.
You know, like really.
Oh,
Oh
my.
God, I could never believe that.
But
And-
she made you smile though, didn't she?
Oh, I loved that car. It was so much fun. We'd go up to the Forks of the Credit, and
Nice.
Carol and we'd be in the car and
You
roaring
didn't drive
around.
her in the winter, did you?
Yeah. Oh, I drove it all the time. I mean,
Really?
when you were young,
Oh, it's the only car you had.
that was the only car I had.
True, yes.
You know, my son was a baby. He was either in Carol's lap or in a car seat on the back bench.
Oh, I love it.
You know, and that was before baby seats and
Yes, and
all
seat
that
belts and all those
nonsense, you
things,
know?
right?
Yeah.
How cool. But why the MG Midget then? Like, here you are,
Oh.
growing up in North America, all these cars of choice, Mustangs, all
Only the British at the time could make affordable sports cars for
these...
people.
Good point.
You know?
Yes, yes.
And when the first pony car came out, I couldn't afford a Corvette.
Right.
When the Mustang came out, I bought a '66 Mustang Fastback GT,
Oh,
2+2, all the bells
beautiful.
and whistles. And,
Nice, nice, nice.
yeah, and it was in that Steve McQueen green.
Of course.
You know, and
yes. The bullet style. Oh,
yeah,
it's
but
just-
only it was the '66. You
Right.
know, it was much more. 2 years before the bullet one.
So
You
you've
gotta
always
pay
been a bit of
attention.
a car guy then?
Always, yeah, all my life. I had a Judson supercharger
Oh
on my
gosh,
on my
really?
midget. Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah.
You know what? I actually met a gentleman once in and around Ontario that has it.
And that's what sort of,
Straight,
got me, thinking about the Triumph for Carol as
Yes.
as her.
And all it cost you was a bottle of whiskey.
Yeah,
There you
CC,
go.
yeah.
Oh, only the good stuff. Though.
Yeah, only the good stuff.
None
yeah.
of the cheap crap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, this is what, how nicely that.
Oh my God, you're not kidding.
Isn't that
Oh, now
nice?
you're just showing off. Beautiful.
Yeah. But it's so nice to zip around corners and that. And I didn't want to
Definitely.
do that with people and, crossing and crosswalks
No, I
and,
know,
and
but
all that
my God,
nonsense,
it's got enough fun power, we'll call it.
Yeah, it has lots of fun power.
Hey, what's this
so.
little knobby here? Another test for you.
Cigarette lighter.
Oh, really? Oh, you gotta have
Yeah.
one of those. No, but she's absolutely beautiful, Larry.
Yeah, I love it. I just, when I first bought it, about a month after I bought it, I'm at this stoplight and this chick pulls up beside
Sorry,
me.
did you say a chick?
Yeah.
I just wanted to make
chick
sure I
pulls up
caught that.
beside
Yes,
me
go ahead.
and says, "I want to buy your car."
Oh.
And I said, "Pardon?" And she said, "I want to buy your car." And I said, "It's not for sale." And she was turning right, and then she was in the right lane, the dedicated
Right.
lane. And I drove away, and she blew her horn at the traffic and got
back?
out and followed me and
Wow.
said, "No, you don't understand. I'll pay anything. I want that car. I've never seen anything that beautiful." And I thought, isn't that nice? And I stopped a little butt up, and she said, "Yeah, so how much?" And I said, "You don't understand. I've just bought the car."
Right.
I can't wait to change it into how I want the car to be. I've got all kinds of things I've got to do to this car.
You got plans for this car.
Yeah, and I've got big plans. It's not for sale. Oh, everything's for sale. And I said, sweetheart.
So Larry,
it's
tell me,
not
what
for
was
sale.
the first thing you did when you got the car?
I put white walls on it.
Why white walls?
Every car back in the 60s had white walls.
Oh,
the only cars that didn't have white walls were English sports cars. And the first thing
Case
that
in
most
point,
people
yes.
did was put white walls on them. Jaguars, they all had white walls.
Right.
I mean, if you didn't have white walls in a car in the 60s, that meant you were poor. And you could only
It's
afford
a status symbol.
you could only afford the base model,
Yeah.
which didn't come with white walls. One of the
Okay.
reasons
All
for
the other
white wall tires was it reflected the sun's rays.
Okay.
Didn't age the rubber so much, so the rubber was more resistant to cracking and that kind of thing. So that's why a lot of
there was
early
a science
cars
behind
you see
it.
are white. Yeah,
Okay.
you can see some airplanes in World War II and that the tail wheels, they had white walls as well for the same reason that they were out all the time on the airplane, non-retractable tail wheels,
Right.
and they were out in the sun all the time. So they put white walls on them so that they wouldn't crack, because the natural rubbers then, expose them to sun. Sunlight's it's a great thing, but it's the
Yes.
ultimate destroyer.
Yeah, for sure. Because they look cool.
Yeah.
But there's actually a real
There was
practical
actually, when they
purpose.
were first done, there was a reason for them, and it helped preserve the tire. That
Wow.
was the idea of white walls, and that's why they were so wide.
Okay.
Because they protected the tire. Now, when they narrow things, they don't protect the tire anymore, but damn, they look good.
They do, don't
You
they?
know?
Yes.
And
what can I say? Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I learned lots from the white walls to everything else, and you're just a wealth of knowledge there. So thank you for sharing, and I really, really appreciate it.
Okay. Oh, you're welcome. Thank
All
you.
right. Okay.
I like doing it, and I like to, when I go to a car show, I'm always, everyone's saying, Larry, stop it. You're going to wear the bloody paint out, because I'm always polishing it. And I said, it's a show and shine, right? They said, yeah, everybody knows that. Well, I'm showing it, and I'm shining
At the
it.
same time.
Show is first. You show the car. He said, no, you wax it. No, you don't wax it at home. You wax it here. This is show and shine.